Most modern commercial vehicles are in many ways pretty car-like these days, but what about a really large one? This second generation Vauxhall Movano design predates the period where LCV engineering became more sophisticated, but in 2019 it was brought up to date with quite a few of the welcome tech touches that you'll find on more expensive competitors in the segment for really big vans.
The engine range still uses the same 2.3 litre CDTi diesel engine, but for this updated model, this long-running power plant features quite a few improvements in the light-duty homologated form that's fitted to all front-driven variants. There are three different power outputs rated at 135, 150 and 180 PS, the most powerful variant available with the option of the brand's semi-auto manual automated TechShift 6-speed clutchless transmission. Every version of this Euro 60 temp engine is a bi-turbo unit, and all variants of it feature a new cylinder head, a new cylinder block, an improved variable turbo with an integrated exhaust manifold, and as standard the brand's EcoFlex stop-start system. As a result, efficiency is usefully improved. Rear-driven variants don't do quite as well, partly because they continue with the older, heavy-duty homologated version of this 2.3 litre power plant, which offers 130, 145 and 165 PS outputs. On the move in this Vauxhall, you'll find that other competitors are quieter at speed, but this LCV feels very planted on the highway, helped by the standard fitment of a side wind assistant to guard against crosswinds. In town, the smooth ride can get unsettled by poorer surfaces, but this Movano feels admirably easy to manoeuvre for such a large vehicle, aided by light steering, a relatively tight turning circle, and nice touches like the wide-angle mirror fitted to the inside of the passenger sun visor that allows the driver to see if anything or anyone, a cyclist for instance, is in the vehicle's near side blind spot. This improved Movano gains a family face that brings it more into line with other LCVs in Vauxhall's portfolio. Chromed wings have been added to the large front grille either side of an even larger Griffin badge, and they flow outwards into the daytime running lights now incorporated within the large vertical headlamps. Time to look inside the cab. This delivers the kind of satisfyingly commanding view of the road ahead that you'd want from a large segment LCV of this type. Now, in some areas, the cabin design is starting to feel its age, the fact that there's no steering wheel reach adjustment, for instance. But efforts have been made with this revised model to try and bring things a little more up to date wherever possible. There's a smarter steering wheel and a revised instrument binnacle. But perhaps the key change is the addition of this multimedia Navi Pro infotainment screen with its 7-inch centre dash display. Along with GPS mapping, this delivers the smartphone mirroring functionality you'd want if you were planning to use your Movano as a mobile office. The optional desktop that folds out of the middle seat backrest will help if that's the case. It's a 3-seater cab, of course, which in this case sees plenty of centre space width, but rather restricted knee room thanks to this central storage area, one of no fewer than 22 separate compartments provided around the cab for stowage of your odds and ends. The biggest of these is this optional compartment beneath the 2 passenger seat bases. Right, let's take a look at the practicalities of running this Movano. Operators will be choosing between 4 body lengths: L1, this L2 model, L3 and L4, and 3 roof heights: H1, this H2 variant, and H3. Now that means a wide range of cargo capacity choices, anything from 7.8 cubic metres and 2,583 millimetres of load space length in the base L1 H1 variant, right up to 17 cubic metres and 4,383 millimetres of load space length in the very biggest L4 H3 model, which can swallow up to 4 Euro pallets. With this mid-range L2H2 body shape, there's a 10.8 cubic metre cargo capacity and 3,083 millimetres of floor length. Interior cargo bay roof height varies between 1,700 and 2,144 millimetres, depending on the roof option that you've selected and whether you've gone for front or rear-wheel drive. All models feature a load area width of 1,765mm, which narrows to 1,380mm between the wheel arches. There are 4 GVW gross vehicle weight options offered to Movano operators: 2.8, 3.3, 3.5 or 4.5 tonnes. And the possible payloads can be as much as 2,100 kilograms, but of course that again will vary according to your choice of variant. This typical L2H2 model can take up to 1,529 kilograms. As for running costs, well, updates to this model's 2.3-litre CDTi bi-turbo diesel engine have made a big difference here. The 150 PS version of this unit that we're trying in this case is now 17% more frugal. The WLTP combined cycle fuel reading is 48.0 miles to the gallon, and it's 14% cleaner. The NEDC rated CO2 reading is 154 grams per kilometre. With the typical L3H3 150 PS Movano model, Vauxhall reckons this would save an operator £303 over a 4-year, 80,000-mile operating period. And further savings would be accrued through the fact that servicing intervals have now been extended to every 25,000 miles or every 2 years, whichever comes first. Plus, of course, it'll count greatly in this Movano's favour that the Griffin brand has one of the widest van specialist dealer networks in the industry. So, there's life in the Movano yet. It certainly isn't the most sophisticated large van that you could choose, but we have a feeling that the things it lacks may not be of overriding importance for many business buyers. These people prioritise space, efficiency and sensible pricing, and they'll value the support of the kind of huge dealer support network that Vauxhall can offer. It still needs to be significantly more affordable to be a preferential pick over a Crafter, a Sprinter or even a big Transit, but it might very well be. And if it is, you might just be looking at the most sensible choice in the class right here.